Blog Talk Radio.
This is Diana Bawaros, award-winning author and best-selling author of Fire and Ice and the Journey of Transformation. Welcome to Blog Talk Radio, and today is Friday again. And today I'm welcoming author Shelli de Sillva, my wonderful co-host. Shelli is a survivor from rape and abuse who found her way out, and she has a new book coming soon, Victim to Warrior. So, hi Shelli, how are you today?
Hi, Diana. I'm doing great. Thank you. And it's a pleasure to be on the show as an author for the first time.
Yeah, isn't that exciting?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. So today we would like to learn more about your book and what motivates you to write your book. Is there a message inside your book you want the world to hear?
Mm-hmm. Yes, and so my book is going to be out really soon, and I'm really excited that I'm doing this in reverse order, doing the show before the book comes out, and super excited to share what's in my book. And also, hopefully, we'll get feedback either online or on the call from people. Maybe I can finish off my last few chapters to cater the needs even more. Anyway, coming back to Diana's question, the message that I am trying to give through my book is how to break through from being a victim. I'm a victim of sexual assault as well as domestic violence, and the journey I had was phenomenal. It was if you are a victim listening to this or reading my book, you will realize how you can relate to my journey, because the book is really inspired by my personal experiences as well as what I learned. And the message mainly is how to not be a victim anymore and break through, not just to survive, but how to live life with passion, and to give the reader an idea of how the life that they dream of is possible, with love, with the career they want, with accepting who you are and what you've become. It's about passion for yourself and how to live with it.
So, to whom did you address your book? What is your audience? Is it only to the victims from domestic violence and rape, or just other people who have never been in this kind of situation to protect them? That's usually how the things work. So I was wondering, to whom did you address it?
That's a great question, Diana. Even though I'm writing the book from a victim's perspective, it is definitely not only aimed for victims of abuse and trauma. It's a self-help book where you get advice from how to recover from any situation, even though some people may not have gone through specifically sexual abuse or domestic violence or trauma. On our day-to-day lives, we come across a lot of challenges, and this book addresses all audiences in order to recover from a painful or traumatic situation. I mean, sometimes people tend to classify trauma as, okay, if you go through sexual abuse or domestic violence, rape, bulimia, or anything of that nature, you're classified as a victim of trauma. You yourself know whether something was traumatic to you or not. So it's based on the individual. You know, if you felt like you were in a traumatic situation, this book is aimed for that person. And it's basically to recover how to get a hold of yourself once you go through a really hard situation in life. I mean, this is common to everybody. Everybody goes through really hard situations in life due to marriages, due to health conditions, and you name it. So that's my audience, is basically anyone who wants to make their lives better.
Okay, so are you planning to write another book after this one, and what is going to be this book about it?
That's an interesting question. I'm still a couple of chapters away from this book, and I hope to publish it really soon. And yes, definitely, I want to keep writing, and I do find my passion through writing, and it really encourages me to help those people out there. I am a member of several support groups on Facebook, and I'm very active in social media, helping people online to be able to get their lives back up and running. So this really inspires me. And for the second book, I have a few ideas. I haven't really focused on one yet. I don't know what I'm going to pick yet, but most probably I think I'm going to touch mostly on love. And the most asked question from any person seeking seeking help from abuse is regarding love and how to find the right person to fall in love with, and to know how not to trust them. How to know how to trust them in order to not get abused again. So I want to focus my next book on mostly love and how to find it. So that's where I'm headed, and it may change.
So my other question is, I don't know, from the other shows you found out the people who write books based on their journey and dealing with abuse, they got bullied online, and they were able to take so much pressure from outside sources. So are you ready to cope with this kind of situation?
Oh my gosh, that is a really good question. I didn't even anticipate that. But yes, I have you for support, and I know what you've gone through with online bullying and people who are against your book because you have a strong voice. And I've met a couple of other authors who are going through the same, and yes, most definitely. I mean, I am not offering anything wrong, and it's only to support people, so I'm willing to fight for my cause, and I definitely will, and I am not afraid. I mean, I lived through hell before, and I don't anticipate that anything can break me to a level where I won't be able to function by publishing a book. Definitely not. So I'm looking forward to all the challenges because I stand true to my book, and also I'm willing to take that extra step to support the people who are really in need. I hope that answers your question, Anna.
Let's go just a little bit back, and I have a question for you. Was it easy to recall your past experience? when you started writing your book?
It was hard, actually, and how I got to writing my book at first was I started my life story, so I wrote it as an autobiography at first, and I came through, like, more than halfway through my book, I just realized I don't want it to be a dumping ground of my sad story to people. I mean, I wanted to give them something that's valuable to them in their healing journey. And I know that I did a lot of hard work in order to get myself to where I am today, to stand tall and be a warrior of my own learnings, I would say. I mean, I had help along the way, but I've never attended a single support group because I chose not to. And I was selfish in my journey because I wanted to focus all my attention on myself in order to heal. But I was never rude to anybody. I went in an inward journey, and that's what I believe helped me heal really fast. I consider 5 years for healing from rape and domestic violence was a really short time compared to all the other victims that I work with. And to come back to answer your question, once I wrote down my story, which was really hard, and I figured I didn't want it to be just a sorrowful story where people are going to relate to me. Oh yeah, she went through abuse, and yeah, I have been through the same, and I wanted it to be more productive. So I scratched off everything. I threw away, I think it was like 7 or 8 chapters, and I started from scratch on a clean sheet of paper, and actually clean sheet of a Word document, I should say. So I started from scratch, and in the book now, I am starting from post-trauma, meaning I'm giving the reader an idea of what I felt like before I went through my healing journey, how hurt I was, and what kind of healing I went through, and how I related it to myself in my healing journey, so that the reader can actually relate to my story. That way it gives them a starting point to engage more. And then I go on into my analytics, actually, I should say. I did a lot of self-learning in the process of healing. I went inward. I broke down piece by piece of everything that I went through, and I analyzed it, and I tried to gather what I learned from each and every single situation, scenario, and circumstance that I was in. So this book is about the learnings of that thorough analysis I did on my own life. So it was really hard at first, but now once I got that whole hurt and pain out of my system, the writing became more powerful to the reader as far as usefulness and purpose-driven, I would say. So I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, that was my next question. What did you learn from the book? Because in the process of writing a book, you kind of removing yourself from the situation, and you see things differently. You're like a witness of what's going on. That's what was my question. Did you learn something from this book? Something new you didn't know?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I had tremendous learning from the book. Earlier, it was, before writing the book, it was all this teachings to myself or analysis, all this learning was in a big blob in my head.